This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network. I greet everybody upon this afternoon, evening. I hope everybody's doing well. Those who want to catch it live, catch it when it uploads to YouTube, or you're going to catch it in the middle of this live. Y'all know my disclaimer. I'm not a pastor, preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church. So please do not lay claims of those titles on me. We're not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement, or any type of privacy guidelines at all. This here is regular conversations number 301. Regular conversations number 301. And we're here to have a conversation. We're here to have a conversation. Time in and time out, I always state that, this is social media. You know what I mean? People are going to talk about situations at the end of the day, whether one likes it or not. You know what I mean? We did a video, I believe it was last week, on a known troll who passed away, or whatever the case may be, and things like that. And I was contacted about that video. I was contacted about the video. We ain't say nothing horrible or anything like that. You understand? When I state that somebody is a troll, right? Let me go through the comment sections first. Then I continue on. What's up, brother Jonah? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to John Smith? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. For sure, brother Jonah, you say you finished watching the service. Yeah, I viewed it, and wonderful service for sure. And we're hoping to do the full recap tomorrow after service in general. What's up to Tanya Bond? Christopher Span, shout out to you. What's up to Patrick? Suzanne Miller, shout out to you. Hope all is well. Patrick, you wrote Proverbs 27:19. What's up to Dawn? Art of War. Helena Russell, Shirley Perry, shout out to you. What's up to Renee? What's up to God Owns the Whole World? Shout out to you. G. Powell. SV says, I pray that she repents and accepts the message of holiness. Wonderful. What's up to Bless 10 Ninjas? Renee. Marcia, Born Again Believer. So, as I explained in the video from last week about, Mr. Jansen Williams, who passed away and things like that, that's because his wife, or whatever the case may be, was going through his phone and was messaging people that was in his call log or messaging log or whatever the case may be. I don't know why you reached out to me. I don't know why. You understand? I never was friends with this fella. Never. Never played in the sandbox, nothing. You understand that? Why should I not have conversations about situations like this? We talk about everything else. Nobody's exempt. You understand? Nobody is exempt. If there's a conversation out there that I can put up on social media in a righteous way, I'm going to do it. Simple as that. You know what I mean? We don't come on here blasting people and things like that, hating on people. We don't have no jealousy, nothing like that at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I guess she was on his phone, as she mentioned, when she gave me the news or whatever the case may be, last week or 2 weeks ago. You understand that? So we received a text message. You know what I mean? I got up about 4 a.m. this morning. Sleepy. Just browsed my phone, saw a 773 area code. I just browsed it. And the person said, which was her, I didn't give you the information on my husband to take it to social media. And I just backed out of it and deleted it. I don't want to view that foolishness. What are you doing texting me? Now I went to sleep around what? I don't know. I'd say between 10:30 and 4 a.m. that text message was sent, I believe. Leave me alone. You understand? I done forgot about the video. You understand? I never was friends with this fella. We only know him for trolling over YouTube and disrupting church service. The man disrupted church service. We played the video. You understand? There's clear-cut proof of disrespecting service trying to get attention, in which we talked about. Whether you gave the information to me, it's still, the obituary is on websites and whatnot, which is public records. You know what I mean? And yes, I am obligated to talk about stuff like that. Who are you? You understand? See, I didn't, in the last video I made about, the passion of this fella, I don't think I mentioned that how him and his wife came to Philadelphia. You say he drove 12 hours. See, I didn't mention that they came to Philadelphia. I didn't play that part. In that video, I didn't play that part, but we're going to play it today. We're going to play it today. So they drove from Chicago to Monroe, Louisiana, just to disrupt church service? Not only that, after that, they came to Philadelphia. I don't know whether they took a plane or drove. That part, I don't know, but we do have video footage. You understand? People are going to talk about anything they like on their social media platforms, whether you like it or not. You understand? As far as like to her who texted me, I didn't even respond back. I backed out and deleted the message. You understand? Don't be texting me. Please don't. Don't text me. I don't know you. I don't want to have no conversations or nothing. You understand? Listen, mourn. Use that time to mourn. Do not message me. You understand? Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it to social media. I'm going to take your harassment, you harassing me, to social media. Simple. Yeah. Being that YouTube has privacy guidelines, I know some people violate them by putting screenshots of text messages, but you ain't supposed to do that. You ain't supposed to do that. And I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. Now, possibly you can put up inbox messages because that's, considered social media, but text messages, no. You understand? So we're going to play the video. That is him on the screen when it came to Monroe, Louisiana. We put this video up of this fella being disruptive at a service, in Monroe. So this happened a while back. You know what I mean? Possibly between 2017 and 2019. All right, check it out. So that was the location. We're just making a quick, brief summary of him and his brother recording, as they drove to Monroe, Louisiana to go harass the service. Either listen or be ushered out. So his brother's recording once again. Take your pick. Now you can go. Well, you do that. So he disrupted church service. This fella disrupted church service. If you disagree with somebody or whatever the case may be, I'm not going to nobody church service disrupting it. I'm not doing that. That is immature at the end of the day. That's disrespectful. It doesn't matter if you disagree with them. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you have a different take on what they believe in. You do not go in somebody's building and disrespect and be disrespectful and interrupted. You know what I mean? Some religions will physically, some groups will physically ground and pound you. This is a grown man in his, believe in his 50s at the time, or whatever the case may be, being disrespectful. You know what I mean? Not, and also, when I call somebody a troll, that's classified as spamming, being disrespectful, spewing hatred, things of that nature, not only over the internet, but over the text message, emails, and stuff like that. Just because he came on a debate platform to his wife, that don't make me and him cool. I don't know. Why would you even think that? You understand? We ain't buddy. You understand? Some people who troll, they text me. Listen, we ain't buddy. I'm not buddy with trolls and disrespectful individuals. You understand? All right, let's go to the chat room. Matter of fact, let me continue to play this video a little bit more.
All right, now we left all of you that are here, and we're glad for you that took the time out the time to say you got so much God in you and don't have good common sense.
Thank you. He didn't have good common sense. Didn't. So he wrote that on his video, whatever the case may be. So here goes security putting him out.
This is what I don't do. I don't allow.
Look at that. He called it temper tantrum. Now, I'm going by what the video is showing. We're going by what the video is showing. What mature grown man would act like that if that's what he was? What I'm saying and what we're seeing is an immature individual on the screen. That was disrespectful. What's wrong with talking about that to his wife? What's wrong with that? The man was disrespectful. A person who makes a video and shows clear-cut proof about somebody's being disrespectful and being a troll, they ain't doing nothing wrong. They just having a basic conversation. Now, if you upset that people are talking about your husband and whatnot, nobody's exempt. Nobody's exempt at all. Nobody. We done talked about a few persons who passed away and things of that nature. Simple. You know what I mean? We're just having a basic conversation. That's it. All right? Here we go. So look at his look at him yell out. See, look at that. So he called his temper tantrum, right? Wow. In a church service, the man is acting like that. Now we're gonna play this. We're gonna play the second part. So I didn't show that part where as though they went to Philadelphia. Yeah. Him and his wife. That's the day they was harassing me in person. Now the video doesn't show me, right? Because he turned he turned the camera off. All right? I remember that day. You understand? I remember. And I know she remember. Can't say I'm lying on that one. You know? I felt harassed. You know? Let's go to the comments right quick. In fact, let me fast forward to, I think, 319, 323. Right there. Matter of fact, let me just keep it on this part. Let's go to the chat room right quick. And see where we left off. What's up to Charlotte Ann, Sister A. Brown? You said, I really don't remember him well. Just remember seeing his name in old debates. Well, he's been around since I first started putting out the truth of God. Him, Mr. Peter, these are some of the first people that was trolling when I first started to put out the message. I didn't know who these people was. You know? What's up to G Power Levy? G Power says, as Apostle preached over and over again about the vision, some will live to see it and some will die and won't see it, but holiness will forever be. Absolutely. All right. Larry says, these dudes dropping, and that one Hebrew dude who said COVID was the beast, PJ said he passed as well. Yep, Mr. Israel. These people, they think it's a game to act a fool. I think Mr. Israel made physical threats. Physical threats. You know what I mean? What's up to Dioki? Oh, man, you funny. What's up to Mercy Carr? Shout out to you. What's up to Don? What's up to Dunbar? Simple Me. Shout out to you. And to her, listen, nobody's exempt. Nobody. You know what I mean? I really don't care if you get upset about the videos that we put out. I don't care. I ain't doing nothing wrong. You know what I mean? If you're upset that somebody is having a conversation about it, about your loved one or whatever the case may be, listen, delete YouTube. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. We didn't say anything wrong. We didn't say anything disrespectful. What, you don't like to see the proof that this fellow was being disrespectful? You came to Philadelphia with him. You understand? You came to Philadelphia with him. All right? Jeremy says, that's like going into someone's house and demanding Kool-Aid and dinner. Say Kool-Aid. I ain't hear Kool-Aid in a minute. What's up to number 33? Renee says, I know she crying, see him like that. Well, I can understand tears of emotion about one's passing. Understandable. But if there's footage about a fella that passed away that's being disrespectful, listen, people are going to play it. Especially if it's like this. And at an event like that, remember, his brother recorded that. His brother, Anthony, I think that's his name. They recorded it, they put it on the internet. Remember, they put the video on the internet. They did that. I just happened to download it and kept the footage for all these years. You understand? Now, when I re-put it up and have a reaction video over it, it's a problem. Make it make sense. All right. What's up to Tanya Bond? Shout out to you. A. Wooten. Shout out to you. Who says, I only listen to the truth of God. Interesting name. What's up? Shout out to you. What's up to Mr. Ham? Jonas says, I hope the Trinitarians are watching. So we're gonna play the part of him coming to Philadelphia with his wife. Remember, this is the video they recorded. They recorded this video. They did. So how you upset because I'm playing a video that you recorded, and then you gave, I believe the channel was given to somebody else. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure they got the footage too. You know? So we're gonna play it. We're gonna start at the 323 mark. 320, yeah, 323. So his quality of video is not too good. So we're gonna play a little bit.
Me and the wife in the cab on the way to First Church to meet Geno Jennings and do some debating.
You heard that? So he had it in his mind that he was going to get a debate that day. I don't know who told him that. We're gonna play it again at the 323 mark.
Me and the wife.
So this is the picture that I took that day, right? I took this picture with Minister Abraham and Brother Andre. You understand? And I believe the date was in 2019 or something like that. 17? I can't remember. That's my fault. I don't feel like going back to it, but it was years ago. So that's how I remember the day based upon that picture. You understand? Here we go.
In the cab on the way to First Church to meet Geno Jennings and do some debating. We will come back to you when we arrive. Over now. Well, we made it. First Church.
You see that? If that's not a troll, what is it? What is it? What is it? What do you call it? You come all the way from Chicago. You drove to Monroe, Louisiana. You got rejected because you was being disrespectful. Now you come again to Philadelphia. If you disagree with somebody and things of that nature, and then you keep coming back. You was disrespectful the first time, and you came back a second time. Then you brought he brought his lady with him. Lady, you're guilty by association. You're right there next to him. You're right next to him. So obviously you supported him on the trollness that he was doing. Remember, y'all put the video out. Y'all did. Y'all recorded this. Not me. Y'all did. Don't get upset at me because I'm having a reaction video about it, excuse me. Y'all put it out. Y'all put it out on his channel. I forgot what the name of it was. Y'all was laughing and all this other stuff. It ain't so funny now. Why is the problem when I have a reaction video over it? Now, it was laughing, joking. You understand? So we're gonna play a little bit more.
What Geno Jennings is, let's see if he's gonna give me some airtime.
Give you some airtime? See, the first time he put you out because you were seeking attention, looking for the cameras and whatnot. This confirms that you was looking for more attention. Airtime? Remember, he said that. Y'all heard it. He said that. We're going to run it back. So I didn't play this part in the first video.
Geno, well, we made it.
Good. Laughing. Laughing. Ain't so funny now. Ain't so funny now. Now it ain't funny now. But before, when y'all was trolling, it was funny. Wow.
Over now. Well, we made it. First church where Gino Jennings is. Let's see if he's gonna give me some airtime. All right, going in. We see you afterwards.
So I want to get away from this because all those back of people's heads and stuff like that, I don't want to put them on here and whatnot. But this is the day that him and his wife came, and I think I was in like the 5th row in the middle. And service is long. It was, when it was in the gymnasium on North 5th and Lindley. Service had to have been, well, not service itself, but had to have been sitting down for about 4 or 5 hours. Or there for 4 or 5 hours. Just minding my business. I didn't know he was there or anything like that. He was behind me. So I'm not going to say I'm not aware, but I didn't see him. I can't see behind me. So when service was over, I get hungry. And when I get hungry, I get cranky. So I want to go get something to eat. I wanted to get up out of there. But of course, the brothers, brothers and sisters greet you or whatever the case may be. That's cool. That's fine. But as soon as I'm moving to the left, I'm trying to get out of there. I think I greeted somebody. And as soon as I turned around, guess who was behind me? Guess who? Him. And if you're listening, woman, tell me I'm lying. And you'll be a liar. You understand? The man didn't even greet me. He just went right into his disagreements with Gino Jennings, with me. And if security, I forgot who it was. If you're watching, if you can remember, you know. You understand? The man just immediately just went right into his disagreements with Gino. Here it is. I'm trying to get out and find me something to eat in Philly, And they just kept following me. I'm trying to get up out of there. I had a walk, go up the steps. Some people, whoever been there, you know how the gymnasium was. You go out through the side. So I'm trying to get up out of there. He's still following me. Him and his wife. They followed me. He's still going on about his disagreements, fella. So that's when I ran into Abraham and Relez. Whew. And brother Andre. And we just start chopping it up and taking pictures and whatnot. And he just vanished. Good. You understand? And then I think he showed up again. What is that? Was Detroit or Chicago? Can't remember. That footage I don't have, but I think he mentioned that. Or whatever the case may be. Let's go to the chat room right quick. What's up to Gino P? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to Indoor? Shout out to you. You says peace and blessings, family. Your works can't hide from the truth. Always come to light. Absolutely. Appreciate that at SV. Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Amen. I can't believe the man was just following me. Mrs., you didn't inform him, like, listen, why are we following this young man? Y'all way older than me, but yet y'all was following me. You understand? They didn't greet. Listen, they didn't greet or nothing. Just went right into his disagreements with Gino. You sat through service just to say your disagreements after service to me? Listen, who am I? You know what I mean? I ain't that special. You know? You got to understand. When you approach somebody, right, from YouTube or social media, whatever the case may be, why they thinking is still you on in Cyberland or something like that? It's a different type of feel when somebody approach you on the outside. It's different. Very, very different. You know what I mean? We ain't hitting enter. I'm not hitting keys and stuff like that. No. Because I don't know these people's intentions. I don't know him. I didn't grow up with him. Even if I did. But you coming from YouTube, social media, because you have disagreements over YouTube and you approaching people? Why? Why waste your time? Why waste your money? Nobody on here that I know, we disagree with a lot of people, of course. You're not going to go to a sanctuary and be disruptive. You're not going to do that. I mean, look at the individuals who showed up to the convocation in Greensboro weeks ago, being disrespectful. Was it like 2 husbands and 2 wives? I'm not saying, from that type of community. What I'm saying is husband and wife, and it was another husband and wife. I think because Brother Bakari had the footage on his YouTube channel. Why people do that? Why? Why waste your time? What's wrong with having a simple, respectful conversation? I think my opinion is this is the reason why Gino don't want to sit down and have a conversation with a lot of those individuals over the internet, because they're disrespectful and they're just looking for attention. You know what I mean? Endo, you funny. Gino P says, a second time I did know that he was on it like that with Pastor. Yes. A third, it was a third time also out there in Detroit or Chicago, one of those. Tried to go see Gino again, but I think it was a little bit more cordial. He was a little bit more cordial at the time. That's what I heard from him. You know what I mean? But, you got individuals that's like that. A mindset is like that. You know what I mean? All right. Indoor says, he said, I was laughing and I guess you meant they was laughing and living it up, persecuting the saints, and now she feels some type of way. Yep. Yep. You know what I mean? All right. Deoki, Jonas said, sitting there impatiently. Deoki says, I don't understand how some wives support their husband when he's very wrong. Absolutely. Now, understand you may have disagreements, but being unruly is different. Unruly. A man in his late 40s or early 50s at the time, being unruly like that, you didn't say nothing? You didn't say anything? You didn't say, why are we following this young man around? Why are we harassing this young man? We don't know him from a can of paint. They only knew what they saw off of YouTube. That's it. And I don't even think I was doing lives at the time. I wasn't doing no lives at the time. Maybe just basic videos on news stories and testimonies, but I wasn't doing lives at the time. What's up to Marsha Peck? He says, greetings. He says, oh, wow, keep up the good work. My brother is very, very hot here in Jamaica. For sure, appreciate the encouragement. What's up to EFP? Shout out to you. Jonas said, I wonder how that restaurant is across the street. Which one? Which one? What's up to Paris? Shout out to you. What's up to Joshua? Toya Henley. Paris. Span says, man, is getting crazy out here. Yep. As I spoke before, there's going to be hecklers. And we said it before the convocation. I told y'all, listen, there's going to be people heckling. They heckle often in Philadelphia also. I think it was a time where as though a person in a van, I think they was riding around with a sign up or something like that. They do foolish things, foolish. And these are grown men and grown women acting foolish, real foolish, because they disagree with what is being taught and preached by a preacher man. Wow. I mean, if you disagree with somebody, hey, cool, go about your business. But when you take it to the levels of being disrespectful and unruly, that's something different. All right, what's up to Lorenzo? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to Ginger? What's up to Ginger? Shout out to you. He said, what's the tea? That's funny. All right. He said rice cakes. What's up to Miss T? Expert says they want disciples go after them. Appreciate that, John Smith. What's up to Sheila Davis? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. You know, now she's probably listening or going to listen or whatever the case may be. So I can remember the text message, that one sentence. After I read that or browsed it, I'm half asleep. I deleted the message. I ain't read the rest. Don't care. You know what I mean? I know it wasn't pleasant. You know? So you mentioned if you're listening or going to listen to, you know, that woman, you said you gave the information for me not to put on social media. Who are you? Who are you? I don't know you. Know of. This is public information. Whether you gave the information or not, as I probably mentioned earlier, it's still, I probably still would have found out and talked about it. This is public information. It's on websites. His obituary. It's up. You understand? The information is up there. It's on Facebook. So whoever your family members or friends put up, information is up there. You understand? So if you want to get upset that somebody is making a video about him being a troll, yes, his behavior from what we see in the videos, and a lot of us who saw his ways over YouTube, yes, you have the characteristics of a troll. Spamming, disrespectful, being a hater. You understand? Look at the behavior he displayed, right, in his service. Not only over YouTube being a troll, but physically. And you was right along with him. So what does that deem you? What is that? How does that deem you when you supported that? You supported that behavior. So what does that make you? You're the older woman. He's the older guy. I'm the younger guy. But yet I was much more mature, right? When y'all came, and I call that harassment. Because I could have been another way. I could have been another way. I could have been. You know what I mean? I was still, you know, a beginner in the truth. I was still a beginner at the time. I could have been another way. You know what I mean? It's sad that I had only been in the truth for like a couple of years, and y'all, I guess, are older, right? And yet I was more mature than y'all. Wow. Wow. Unreal. You understand? All right. What's up to Sister Davis? You said Los Tacos Mexican restaurant. Interesting. Pensy Wade. Is this man unalive? Yeah, we talked about him last week, I believe. What's up to Paulette, David B? Oh man, Span says, imagine getting ready for the day early in the morning. Toothbrush still wet. Washcloth ain't dry. And you see a foolish text message from someone's, I guess you meant someone who's deceased, the wife. This was like 4 in the morning. I checked it out. I didn't see no messages at 10:30 before I went to bed. I think I didn't see that. So going by the time that I went to sleep to the time I woke up at 4 in the morning. I don't care what the situation is. Them hours are something else. Them hours are something else, I tell you. You know? Them hours are something else. I don't care what you say. To me, them hours are something. them hours are something else. You know? Wow. Listen, I ain't accepting no more applications. I'm here to tell you that application deadline is over with. I don't care how you're feeling. You text somebody, unless it's a serious emergency, between 10:30 and 4 a.m., ah, man. Cold nights. Better turn the heat on. Better get a blanket warmer, something. Care how you feeling. To text somebody over social media and you don't know them, you know of them. You know of them. Leave me out of it. Please don't message me. Please don't. Don't do it. I didn't say anything wrong. We didn't say anything disrespectful. Nothing. Every time when somebody pass away, right? If it's permitted, right? We say that we hope they got right with Christ and stuff like that. The reason why I say that because some people may pass away in their in their sins and stuff like that, right? Like Kevin Samuels. You know what Kevin Samuels, what he was doing? A hypocrite, right? And look what happened to him. Look what happened to him. Now we know Ozzy Osbourne was in what he was in before years ago, but you know, I haven't heard about Ozzy Osbourne in a long time, so I don't know if he got his life right. Some people say he was getting his life right with Christ. That's cool. But when you got somebody who just continuing, right, to believe in two gods and stuff like that, to classify himself as a Hebrew Israelite, to not apologize for his disrespect and his unruliness. You understand? I still didn't put the man in hell. Now, not one time did I say that. Not once. Not one time. You know what I mean? We're just having a basic conversation at the end of the day. If you don't like it, don't listen. Turn off YouTube. Because you ain't gonna want to watch this. You ain't gonna want to watch, you ain't gonna want to listen to this. I don't have to say nothing disrespectful for somebody to just feel away. I don't know why. You know, what makes you think he's exempt from conversation? What makes you think that? You understand? Oh man, that was Jansen Williams. You know, we shouldn't talk about, you know, his obituary and stuff like that. When he passed away and how he came to the church and was unruly and be disrespectful. We shouldn't talk about that. What? Did you say that when you was laughing in that video? When you were supporting him? Huh? 10:30 to 4 a.m. You messaging another man. Care what it is, over social media, about social media. You don't want, listen, please don't do it. You know, don't do it, because them hours is something else. Them hours is something else. What if I would have had a spouse? And she checked my, you know, phone would be open, whatever the case may be. Check my phone, like, who's this? You want? Oh man, I'd probably be put in the doghouse. You hear me? You go on the couch tonight. You know? You ain't getting no T-bone. You getting kibbles and bits for that one. You could have probably got me in trouble. Wow. You know? That's crazy. All right, let's get to the let's get to the comments. Sister David says, no need to keep junk mail, get rid of it. Peace of mind, absolutely. Dawn says, I think she deliberately sent you that for you to mention so that they remain relevant. That's possible. Because like I said, I thought nothing of the situation after we talked about it. I thought nothing of it. You know what I mean? And I know, you know, people mourn when somebody died and stuff like that, grieve and things like that. I understand that. I sent my condolences at the time. Listen, prayers and blessings unto your family for comfort and warmth. Simple. You know what I mean? That's it. Right? Until you wrote that last night or early this morning or whatever the case may be. I don't know. Yoki says she's speaking up now, but stayed silent while he was lawless and disrespectful. Didn't offer her husband no words of correction. I believe she was reading. She was giving him scripture one day too in a debate. That was one of those debates. She was helping him. One of them. If anybody can remember that Tom is a woman in the background. That's his wife, right? Who's helping him? Really? helping this man. If anybody can remember that time. All right, the Okie says, goes to show maturity doesn't come with age. Absolutely. Jonah says, calling at those hours would not be by law approved. Oh, man. I agree. That goes for anybody. Right? If you're a man and you know, you don't know about this person, if they got a spouse or just in general, respectfully, you don't text them or call them or whatever the case may be at a certain time. Doesn't matter what the situation is, unless it's a serious, crazy emergency. Or you have a fella to do it for you. Brother, uncle, Anthony know me, excuse me, his brother. It's crazy, Ginger's. What's up, the princess? Shout out to you, Sister Campbell. Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Mercy Carson, I don't know him, but these bro need to check themselves before going against a man of God coming from the scriptures, because we all are going to die. But which side you choose, God or Satan? Think about it. You put amen. Wonderful. What's up to be holy? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Ah, man. Pretty Ricky. It's funny. Absolutely. And Jonah. Oh, man. Y'all funny. What's up, the prodigal son? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. You says where they were former first church people like a false prophet. I saw his video popped up on YouTube. No. To my knowledge, they didn't. They was not former members. To my knowledge, he was a Hebrew Israelite. You understand? That's what he professed. Being a Hebrew Israelite, and whatnot. And he used to always try to go against what's being taught about drinking beer, playing pool, two gods, among other things. Yes, people have disagreements. All right, understandable. Fine. You can have cordial conversations. You know what I mean? But individuals like him, Yoda says, play some people make Jesus like them. Huh? Which one is that? Is that a sound bite? Or a song? Dawn says, maybe she wanted you to have called, who knows? Crazy people think crazy, do crazy. Well, I know that block button. You understand? Block and delete it. Delete it and block, however it go with my phone. Princess says, seemed like she wanted to take his spot. Levy says, some people attitude gets worse as they get older. She says she wants to be elevated. That's funny. Miss T said, that woman needs to get a life. The Yoki says, any communication at that hour better be to say your final goodbye if you're not very close to them. Oh, you said a sound bite? I don't think I have that sound bite. Yeah, I don't have that one. On the StreamYard, you can only put up a certain amount of sound bites. You know? And I don't think I have that one in my my files. Where you heard that? Where you heard that on I know C-Rock plays sound bites, but where you heard that one at, or you just heard it in general in the broadcast? Let me know at Be Holy. We got a couple more minutes before we knock off. And whatnot. We know service came on earlier. I'm not sure if they're gonna come on again, so that's why I'm going to end it. I'm not sure if they're gonna have another service, but you never know. But in general, we're gonna have a recap tomorrow, Lord willing, and whatnot. So if you got any last closing remarks, we can wrap this thing up. What up, Brother Bakari? Shout out to Brother Bakari at the Virginia Temple. You says, greetings. Did he pass or are they still trolling? Yeah, he passed July the 20th. And we did a video about it. And then, you know, his spouse that's living contacted and seemed to be upset about it. You know what I mean? So, yes. Expert says maybe he meant the noise behind from his video. Oh, I did? I'm trying to think. Now you got me wanting to find that soundbite. Some people make Jesus like them. Soundbite. I don't remember that, man. Yeah. I got this
What
one.
a fool!
What a fool.
Am I right? Go ahead. I want you to judge yourself and ask yourself, are you a heathen tonight?
Amen.
You're going to hell for that. Christianity came from the devil. Not only is your pastor a liar, your mama. You talking about my mama? Liar.
Got this one.
A bunch of church hypocrites.
Amen.
You nasty thing.
That's right.
You know? That's what we got. You know? So for all them trolls out there, when we go on the mobile, I would have hope I could play sound bites then on a mobile, but I can't. You know? All right. I'll think about that at Dioki. I'll think about that for sure. It's been a very relaxing day, in general. Lorenzo says, only tomorrow again, Lord willing, it's 11 p.m. already in South Africa. For sure, appreciate that. You said that lineup. Expert says, I could not believe it. Why that false prophet left First Church while others try to be a part of it. Well, like I said before, I'm trying my best not to talk about situations like that because them people, they looking for attention, especially that fella you brought up. You know what I mean? We talked about how false prophets trying to link up together to try to, you know, think they could cause some type of disruption over here and whatnot. But, you know what I mean? That stuff don't work. That stuff don't work. You said there was a bomb noise on this video. Oh, okay. You talking about this. That's what you're talking about. You know what I mean? All right. We gotta go. I hope everybody have a wonderful evening for sure. You understand we had a great conversation. In general. You know what I mean? Definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. Those out there, even those in the background listening and low riding and laughing and all that. And if you feel some type of way, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you. You know? All right, what's up to Solid Ground? Shout out to you. Peace, peace, peace at Brother Bakari. Mr. Patrick T. I don't know what you're talking about, man. He said a year ago. He said he sent the soundbite a year ago. I don't even know, man. It's so much stuff that come in. You know what I mean? It's so much stuff that come in. You know, some things I haven't checked in years. Haven't checked in years on one email. You know? All right. He says you're about to take this hour jog. An hour, not bad, man. It's good work. An hour jog. For sure at Expert. Peace and blessings back unto you at Brother Jonah. So I hope everybody have a wonderful evening. In general, God bless to everybody out there. Tony Harvin of the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. I'm out. Peace. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell.